It's your favorite YouTube dealer. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. I was browsing YouTube and I came across something from Linkin Park called Friendly Fire. I assume this is going to have something to do with friends being at odds for some kind of reason, which I thought was interesting. Usually brings about a little bit of discussion, things that we could talk about, which I love to do with these reactions. And the last song that I checked out from them, I believe, was a song to Chester, and it made me cry without a doubt. So I loved it. It was beautiful, and I feel like we should dive into some more of their music. So you guys let me know what else you guys want to hear down below. For anyone that does not know, we do have a Patreon link down below in the description, or a join button right here on YouTube. It's just a way of directly supporting the channels that you guys like watching, because a lot of these videos do get copyright claimed. It's obviously not expected, but appreciated if anybody does decide to check it out. You get some bonus stuff as well, whether it's bonus content behind the scenes, early reactions every week instead of having to wait all week to have me drop them. Different stuff like that is going to be going on there. So I do appreciate you guys that do check it out. But again, I'm happy to have you guys just here watching some shit with me, conversating. All that stuff means the world. So let's get into this and let's see what they're doing with it.
Tell me the words I've forgotten, what we were fighting for. Staring right into the darkness through an empty open door. Can't put back what's been broken, can't change the moment we went too far. We're pulling apart for no reason. We're pulling a trigger in a useless war. And if we come back or go into the black, what are we fighting for? What are we fighting for? I was supposed to protect you, no matter what's to come. Somehow forgot when they told me we hurt the ones we love. Can't put back what's been broken, can't change the moment we went too far. We're pulling apart for no reason. We're pulling a trigger in a useless war. If we come back and go into the black, what are we fighting for?
Okay, so it sounds to me like this is a song more so about their group is pulling apart for no reason. It could just be an actual friendship that they're talking about, but just the way that they have the video playing and stuff like that along with the song, it almost sounds like as a group they're kind of going their own way slowly but surely. They're kind of separating, and they don't have that same close-knit bond that maybe they had in the very beginning. And I mean, as you grow older, that inevitably does happen to an extent, but that's the feel of this that I'm getting. And in the beginning, when he made a comment about, like, you know, it's hard to kind of go back when we've gone too far. And the first thing that I thought, and it was an interesting concept, was like, I have two friends, right? And one of them, I don't actually talk to either of them all that much anymore. One of them I talk to probably more so than the other. And he was like one of my closest friends growing up through high school. And the other one was a good friend. And one that I knew longer, like I knew him back in like elementary school. We used to walk home together. And then he kind of disappeared for a little while. They moved, came back, you know, so on and so forth. Anyway, long story short, my one friend that was my closest friend in high school ended up dating the ex-girlfriend of my other friend, and they were really good friends as well at one point. They definitely like hung out at times. They, you know, did different things together. I'd say they were in business together, but maybe it wasn't like, you know, a business that you could talk about. But anyways, they did a lot of things like that together, and they were relatively close. Not as close as me and the one friend were from high school, but it's like I feel like they had just broke up maybe recently or something like that, and he felt very, very betrayed when he found out that he was hanging out with his ex. And I can totally understand that. And I think to this day, I don't believe that they talk. Maybe they've made up, but my friend that started to date his ex is now married to her and has a child, right? So it wasn't just like some little fling. Like, it ended up being like his whole entire future. Like, that's going to be the rest of his life. And so I don't know, like I juggle like what, you know, because a lot of times you think, oh, that girl wasn't worth it, losing the friendship and stuff. But if that girl ends up becoming the person that you spend your life with and you have a kid with and you create a family with, then it's like maybe it was meant to be. Maybe like you connected at a better level than they did. And it's like, as much as it hurt that friendship, was it worth it? Type of thing. That's what I'm thinking in my head. Like, is it worth it if it comes and turns out that way? And I feel like as people get older, like they should probably just make up and just, you know, but then again, I guess their lives are probably in different directions. And I don't know. That was the first thing that it made me think of. And I wanted to present that. Like, do you think that that's worth it to do something like that? If it does end up being the girl that you're going to spend your life with? Obviously at the time you don't know that, but that's what it ended up being for him. So just an interesting Interesting thought.
What are we fighting? It's just friendly fire. 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 We're strangers in between the darkness, diving underneath. I'll find you out on the horizon. We'll never be enemy. Can't put back what's been broken. Can't change the moment. We went too far. Falling apart for no reason. We're pulling a trigger in a useless war. And if we come back and go into the black, what are we fighting for? What are we fighting? It's just friendly fire. Fire.
Yeah, this was definitely dope. I might be wrong about the concept behind this song because it is hard for me to grasp, right? It felt like it's about them pulling apart, but then he's also saying like, what would be the point if we get back together? Like, what are we fighting for? And that it only be friendly fire. But friendly fire means like you taking shots at your friend, right? And I guess like maybe what he's trying to say is like we've accomplished it all. So at this point, like us coming back together and going into the darkness and trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like what is the fight for? Like we've done it all. At this point, it's just friendly fire. I can't in the moment break down the exact meaning behind it or what their thought process was behind it. Says where you guys come in the comments if you guys know a little bit more. But I thought that this was pretty dope. Just the aesthetically, the sound of it, it was audibly pleasing. It came together really well. I love the voice. And of course, it made me think about some shit, which I like to do. I like to talk about stuff during these reactions outside of just, oh, this part of the music was really dope. I like to give you guys what it makes me think of, what path it brings me down, and kind of share that with you guys and see what you guys think. And maybe it's brought you down a path. Maybe I spark a memory for you guys. And to me, that's the coolest thing about reaction videos and everything. So that's why I enjoy these a really lot. So I appreciate you guys. Again, Patreon link down below, join button as well if anybody does want to check them out. Again, not expected, always appreciated kind of thing. So no worries either way. But just being here, watching this seriously means the world to me. I will catch you in the next one, homies.